Hi, I'm Mitch Slater, Senior Financial Advisor with UBS Wealth Management and Chief Flick Officer for FinLit. And I'm joined today by Chelsea Crost.
Hi everybody, I'm very happy to be here. I'm Chelsea Crost. At 16 years old, I started my first radio show because I really thought millennials needed a platform to come together, voice their opinion, learn from their peers, and also learn from experts today. And I'm now 22 years old and host and producer of the Chelsea Crost television show, as well as the millennial spokesperson for You by Kotex, and very happy to be here.
Terrific. Any common mistakes, things you saw kids in college doing, or maybe some of your friends in their first job?
You know, the one thing that frustrates me and saddens me is that I don't think that people are taking the initiative to educate themselves on the important things. If you ask anybody what Kim Kardashian's baby's name is, they know it. Right. But we may not know the difference between a checkings and a savings account. So I think it's more of take advantage of the ample resources that are out there via internet, and especially you can clearly see the reviews on things to know whether things are worth your time or not. It's important to learn things that are important, and I think that in a time where there's a lot of negative in the world, we try to dive into guilty pleasures like reality television. The Real Housewives of Orange County, I always say, is my guilty pleasure because I need to not think. But sometimes we do need to think and think about the things that are really important instead of just the trash magazines, and educating ourselves on the important things like social issues, how to get involved, how to get involved with something bigger than yourself, and especially nothing's more important than finances and savings, and because that's going to set your destiny for the rest of your life. So I don't know if it's a mistake, but I just urge people to educate themselves more on the more important things.
And I'm noticing this, at least with my son is 20, and with some of his friends, that they are more socially responsible than I've seen in some of the previous generations, certainly not in my generation. And I think that's great. I mean, Time Magazine calls your generation the me generation, not the we generation.
Right.
But clearly what you're doing and the missions that you've been on, and most recently in Kenya, are just showing that you care on a bigger and more on a global scale.
Yeah, and that exact stereotype from the Time Magazine, because of course I got it right away and read it like word for word. Right. I said, okay, I think that people fall into, different pockets within every generation. Every generation has the me people. Every generation has the we people. But I think what people tend to neglect regarding the millennial generation is that we are the most accepting generation ever. We are the most liberal generation ever. We are the most philanthropic generation ever. And I think the more that we highlight those people, the more the cultural shift will change. And that's the frustration that I have with the media and with the times today, is that we tend to harp on the negative when I think we should highlight the positive, because then people will look up to them instead of the not so great people. You know what I mean? So I think focusing on the positive, focusing on the things that need to be expressed and shared is how we're going to make this world a better place.